This is Miss Reyes, and I'm just going to show you really quick how to fill out this rubric, which is going to be the next part of the still life assignment. So I posted the rubric already on Google Classroom, and you probably saw this bar that says score yourself and then your score. So you're going to look back at your work and think. You're going to analyze yourself and look at the categories and like all the requirements that are there and think, did I hit all of those points? And then you're going to score yourself out of 25 on each category, adding up to 100 points total. Right there. So first step to do is you're going to fill out mainly the things that are highlighted in red. So just gonna show you, like if I was filling this out, and you can obviously like alter and fix all this stuff, what period you were in, and name your work. Let's see, maybe it's day off. So let's say that's my my artwork title. Then you're going to see the instructions right here. After submitting your completed project to Google Classroom, read this rubric and score yourself. Use the information on each category and give yourself points. On the second page, complete the self-assessment about the Still Life project and overall online schooling. So there are two parts to this rubric, but let's start here. So we're going to see the categories of proficient, average, and below average. Again, always looking at your work. And you're going to read the expectations here, like did you have at least 3 objects? Did you have 3 or more? Does the drawing appear realistic? Depicted like 80 to 100% accurate? Did you use all of these techniques? Comparative measurement, form, value, space? How were your skills growing from one level to another? So let's see, like if I was a student and I'm scoring myself, I'm thinking like, yeah, I used, I have like 3 objects is obviously there. I think it is pretty accurate, so I would say like I'm in like the 80s and 90% accurate, so I would say that I'm there. Value is there, measurements there, and all that. So if you don't have to do this, but if you want to, you can highlight some of the points that that you know you hit home. So let's see, if I'm highlighting it, yellow is a good color, so my 3 objects are there. I have a full range of value, so I would highlight that whole thing. If some parts are probably stronger than others, you could take a look at the other categories. Like let's say my placements weren't all the way there, so I would probably like highlight something like this, like the foreground, middle ground, and background aren't like 100% clear, so I would highlight that, and that knocks me down from like a perfect score of 25, it will knock me down to like a 23 or something. So you're going to look at the requirements over here and then score yourself. I'm going to say I got a 22 in this category. And you're going to do the same in all of them. So looking at composition, so it's well planned, all the objects fit in the page, no objects are running off the page, your placement is effective and all the cast shadows are there, they're unique to each object. The objects are placed with intent and precision, so nothing is like randomly placed just to make it fit. So let's say you hit all of this perfectly. because we went over this so many times. So let's say you hit the composition and it looks awesome. I'm gonna give myself a perfect score. And then you're gonna do the same with like all of them. Let's just fill this out and just pretend I got 20 out of 25 in like these next ones. So after you have these filled out, you have these highlighted, and what are some areas that you know you did well and you put all your effort into it and you want me to know, we can just highlight it, and then I can see like, oh yeah, I can tell. So then you're going to write your score right here where it says your score. So that was 40, 65, so like an 87. I got an 87%. And you can make this bigger. Just make that an 11. Yeah, it's fine. So let's say this is the score that you gave yourself. And then I'm gonna go in and give my score. And then I'm also gonna let you know like if I agree with your points or if I don't agree with your points. Like I could probably say something like, no, you deserve more points than you gave yourself. So that's totally a possibility. So this is part 1, and then we're gonna go down to part 2, which is your self-assessment. You have these 4 questions that you're gonna answer. This is gonna be worth 20 points. So the project itself, it's 100 points, and the self-assessment is another thing, so this is gonna be worth 20. You're going to answer the following questions about your experience on working on the still life at home through online learning. You're going to write about the score that you gave yourself, your time management, and your overall thoughts about online learning. Use 2 to 5 complete, thoughtful sentences and use academic language, and please be descriptive. So right here I have the first question. Describe your experience working at home and how it's different from working in the classroom. How did you find time and space to work on your project? And here I have some sentence starters that can help you get started. Like the difference between working at home versus working at school has been figuring out a schedule of when you want to do your work. Another one is, since I've been working at home, I have or have not been able to blah blah blah. Then you can finish that sentence. These next 2 are about the rubric, so I'm just gonna bold this part. So discuss the reasons of the scores that you gave yourself for the requirements, composition, and creativity. So in these parts, you're going to look back at the rubric and look at the language that is there, like the techniques that we used. What about composition did you do well and you want me to know? What about creativity do you want me to know as well? Like, was your choice of object thoughtful and meaningful? Well placed in the frame, why did you pick that object? So here are some terms that I took from the rubric and just brought it down here. So terms like accurate, technique, composition, value, form, and placement. And also include what you think is successful and what was less successful about your work in those areas. And I have examples of these on a PowerPoint that are going to be posted on Google Classroom. The next question, discuss the productivity score that you gave yourself. So since mainly you have been working on your own at home, so talk about your time management. how was it just submitting your project checkpoints to Google Classroom? Did you use any of the feedback that I gave you? I know I gave some people feedback like each time, and did you actually use it? Did you communicate with me about the next steps for your work and things like that? So just describe how your work ethic has been different or similar from working in the classroom versus working at home. So here are some of the terms that you can use, so like time management and the checkpoints. And the last one is basically feedback for me. Get rid of that. So overall, how successful are you with online learning? Do you feel stressed? Are you relaxed, overworked, or underworked? And describe why. I also want to know, what are some suggestions that you would want me to do to improve your Google Classroom experience? So give me some like ideas and some examples or descriptions of what you would want me to do, and I'll look into them and I will do my best to include them in the following announcements and assignments that we are going to do. So you're going to have the next week or so to work on this. You're going to remember score yourself and then tally up your score, and then I'm going to go in and score you and tell you why I agree or disagree with what you gave yourself. And then down here, you're going to do your self-assessment. So just do 2 to 5 complete thoughtful sentences on each one. If you want to write more than 5 sentences, it's okay. Just don't write like a whole essay in these. You don't have to do that. So I hope this is helpful, and as always, let me know if you need more clarification on anything, if you need help. But you will have the whole week to work on. This is going to be due on Friday. No, let's have it due on Sunday. So I'll write the due date on Google Classroom, and once the assignment is there, you'll see the due date as well. Yeah, so I hope you're all doing well, staying safe indoors, wash your hands, and yeah, good luck. Bye.